Let's see now. The numbers just keep going up. This is pretty catchy. Episode 242, 242 of fine music after that mine we went into with Fred Whitlock, where we discovered P.F. Sloan again and again. It was awesome. Where will Murray take us? Let's find out.
Murray will take us into his past. A group he discovered I should be like 25 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Who I may or may not still exist. I don't really know. But the story was back when this is from when I was publishing Next magazine. So, a magazine dedicated to writing about poetry. And I was at Zine Fest in LA. It'd be 1997, I believe. I think it was at the Golden Apple bookstore. Does anyone remember that place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm there trying to plug my magazine, and people are coming up to me trying to plug their stuff. And one of them is this woman comes up to me, and she's trying to hand me a CD. It's this CD here. And she's like, can you check out my CD? And I'm like, well, we're not really a music magazine. We write about poetry and spoken word. And she says, well, here, take a copy anyway. So I did. And we're going to start sharing the screen here. We want to share that. Okay. So I took it home and I put it on, and let me see if I can find where is share sound. Your screen sharing. This is the album in my computer. Now, where do I find share sound?
Oh, yeah. You go to the top, the menu at the top to the right where it says more. And then a pop-down menu, and one of them will be share sound.
Share computer sound. Okay. So I go home and I put the CD in, and this is the first track.
I live in a house with my kid, my friend, 2 cats and a dog. 2 paychecks from homelessness. I'm single and my hair's usually a mess. Sometimes I think about getting married, forget about the worry and the stress, the shingles on my head running down my neck. Why wreck a happy home and a sporadic sex life? I can't.
So anyway, and I'm like, wow, that is spoken word. That's a pure spoken word piece. And while there's nothing else on the album as straightforward spoken word as that, there's a real heavy emphasis on the lyrics. It's got a nice rockin' sound all the way through, but there's the words are very important. In fact, there's even a song called "Oh Gee, I'm Rambling," which is pretty much exactly that. She's just done rambling about stuff. And then the one that really gets me lyrically is that the last track on it is called "We're Every Little Girl." And the first line is, "We are every little girl who lifts her skirt to hide her face," which struck me as extremely profound, especially if it's a metaphor for adult behavior. That there are, I can say we probably all know women who do that. And guys too, figuratively too. So I wrote them up in Next magazine and tried to follow them around. I did manage to catch them a couple of times. I did manage they continued to put out CDs. There's one called Haunting, which is almost an EP. It's only got 6 songs on it, but it's a fun one. And then for a great title, there is one called The Porno Church of the Ugly Man.
There you go. Great.
So, and then, like I say, I saw them a couple of times. I saw them play on a bill with Dee Dee Ramone somewhere in Marina del Rey. I don't know. It was a strange gig. But like I said, then they, kind of disappeared. I do not know whether they're still around. I tried to look them up. Well, I did. I looked them up on Bandcamp. Oh, it's Canary with a K. That's the important thing.
Jim is researching it right now, I'm hoping.
No, I wrote the name of the band down. But that straightforward spoken word approach reminds me of Suicidal Tendencies, even going back
I
to
was just gonna say that.
The
It's-
Revolution Will Not Be Televised, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gil Scott Heron. And then
Hey,
there's
Jim, can I finish my story?
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then we can get into
I really like that cut that you played
over
though.
music. So I look them up on Bandcamp, and there is a canary with a K,
Oh,
but it's a Japanese noise artist.
Oh no.
Nothing and no sign of these gals. So not sure what happened to them, but oh yeah, but the whole spoken word over a rock beat is very popular in the 90s. I can give a long list of artists who did that,
Cake.
starting with REM with Drive of Automatic for the People. But and I actually have somewhere assembled a list like that.
I was going to add in a Cake. I think they did that a lot.
Yeah, yep.
But
They
then
did
they
use-
at the starting line, distance, pumping, thumping in time.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. That's right.
Oh.
Jeanette Napolitano, who was the lead singer in Concrete Blonde,
I love them.
her latest recording, she lives out in Joshua Tree these days and has this horse rescue ranch, I guess. And
Oh wow.
she has her latest release is called Exquisite Corpse. And there are just flat out storytelling right on the album in the middle of a musical album where she just takes a break. Oh, it's all spoken word. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. There's a couple other ones from the early 90s that occur to me are Screenwriter Blues by Soul Coffin.
I love Mike Doty.
Haven't heard of that one. Soul Coffin?
Soul Coughing, SOULCOUGHING.
Oh, okay.
I think
And-
Mike's solo stuff is worth looking up as well. Mike is spelled how do you expect. Doty is DOUGHTY.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Screenwriter Blues is supposedly a screenwriter who lives in Reseda talking about his life and how I don't know, just how he's not really well, he's not really making it as a big E, but he seems to be having a decent life. So yeah, there was a whole period of spoken word rock songs there in the early mid 90s. Remember by Crash Test Dummies?
I was
Yeah.
just listening to that one today.
Oh,
and
man.
one that came out the same year, Loser by Beck.
Yeah.
Beck
Yeah,
has a lot of songs like that.
Yeah, Losers definitely fits in as well. And some of Beck's stuff even more was just spoken word. Oh. It was all
I just want to apologize for letting. No, it was my idea that Jim would come up. He always pulls something out of his bag, like, "Oh, Canary, yeah, she's in." But Canary's more elusive than that.
You
Yeah.
don't need to apologize.
We turn to you out there. Track down this canary for us. Anything you know, put it in the comments below. Yeah. And that's episode 242. Yet another search through the music mind.